Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of my podcast. This is Trey Collis coming to you live from beautiful South Texas. I hope everyone's had a great week and I hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. I know that I'm going to have a great weekend. Get a little rain chance in the forecast, slated with some good college football games. Starting off with Texas Tech, Oklahoma at 11. We got USC versus Washington at 2:30. We got Alabama, Ole Miss. If you're into that, we got Nebraska, Ohio State, but we also have Notre Dame and Virginia. Virginia is 4-0 against a good Notre Dame team who surprised us all when they went to Athens, Georgia, and competed with the Georgia Bulldogs, and even could have probably even won that game if they had any run offense whatsoever. But their defense is elite, and I'll get into a little bit of that and more. But starting off with Texas Tech, Oklahoma, I'm intrigued with this matchup just for one reason. I want to see how the Oklahoma defense stacks up against an air-rated offense, see if they improved any on that defensive end. We haven't got a good taste of that in the first 3 weeks. Houston scored 31 points. We all see how good Houston is right now. South Dakota State, I guess, who they played the second game, and then UCLA. So basically they haven't played anybody this season. This is going to be a little bit of a test, but I don't think it's going to be much of a test considering Oklahoma is dominant on the offensive end, and I think that they will stop them. But I think Texas Tech will give them a good game with a quarter or two. I just want to see how that secondary holds up against that air-rated Texas Tech offense. Remember, Oklahoma has given up over 220 yards in the air. I think that will go up through the season as they get in the Big 12 play. Texas Tech never plays anybody good. They're going through a rebuilding stage, if you would say, right now. But I think that this is going to be a good game to start off your college football Saturday, and I can't wait to watch it just for the impact to see how improved Oklahoma is on defense. Also, another big intriguing matchup this weekend, we have USC versus Washington. Yes, I know the Pac-12 isn't going to get one to the Final Four playoff pictures, even if Washington goes undefeated because they lost that early game to Cal, and then Notre Dame. The only way I think USC, because their schedule is tough, if they go on and win the rest of their games, which I don't think is going to happen. I think that they're going to lose today against Washington because it is in Washington. And I also think that they have a tough slate of games coming up with Notre Dame coming up, Oregon coming up, and someone else. I forgot who it was. I'm sorry. But they have a tough slate of schedules coming up. So, they have Colorado coming up, that great offense. So they just have a bigger test coming up. So I don't think they're going to be undefeated for the rest of the season with that one loss. If they do go undefeated with that one loss, I would try to put them in. They do have a chance to get in, but it all depends on what the SEC and the Big 12 and everyone else does as well. But I think that this is going to be it for the head coach of USC with Clay Helton. I think they're already starting the search for the USC coach. I think Urban Meyer is going to be the next head coach for USC. I think today's going to just jumpstart that after USC gets knocked off by Washington Huskies today. Notre Dame, Virginia, it's a great matchup as well, only because I want to see how Notre Dame responds to that great game in Athens, Georgia, where if they had any offense whatsoever, that they probably could have won and stole one in Athens, Georgia, and it would have shut up the whole world about if they should be in if they went undefeated. Granted, they're not going to go undefeated because they did lose to Georgia. So, but if they do go undefeated and they dominate the rest of their victories, I can see a scenario where they can get in the Final Four. Virginia is undefeated; they haven't played much of anybody. This is gonna be a true test, see what they're capable of, and I'm hoping that they are elite, just so Clemson can have another tough game on their schedule, just in case they slip up somewhere along the line, which I don't see it happening. But that'd be good for Clemson. To have another powerhouse resume team on their schedule. Then, of course, we have OSU, Ohio State versus Nebraska tonight. I know it's not much of a game. Nebraska did give them a game. Nebraska only lost by 5 points last year to them, but this year it's totally different. The Ohio State offense is clicking on all cylinders. The defense is stacked. I just don't see much of a game this time around. I think Ohio State's going to win by like 30-plus points. I just don't see it happening for Nebraska this year. I know Frost is doing good things in Nebraska, but I just don't see it happening against Ohio State. I think Ohio State doesn't have any tough schedule besides the last game in Michigan. We all know how Michigan looks this year. So I think Ohio State's just going to roll to the Final Four, and I think they're going to cruise to the Big Ten championship game as well. Those are the college games I'm looking most forward to. I want to know what you're looking forward to today. shoot me a text, comment below, and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. Also on Sunday, we got a couple good NFL games. We got Browns Ravens. I'm intrigued with this matchup just because the Browns and Ravens. It's basically, I know it's early in the season, but it's basically for first place. How awful the Browns are. The Browns are 1-2 right now. And they look horribly awful on offense right now. If they somehow muster a win against Baltimore, they're both 2-2, and they held the tiebreaker. So the Browns would be the number one team out of the AFC North right now if they go ahead and win that. I don't see it happening. I think Lamar Jackson's playing out of his mind right now. I think Freddie Kitchens, the head coach for the Cleveland Browns, is not showing adjustments and is really not contributing to the fact that he needs to make adjustments to in games, and he can't control his players with OBJ, with the watch his shoe, Baker Mayfield, all that off the field antics, caring about what people think of him and stuff like that. So if the Browns do win this game, then they'll go a long way into the season. But I think the Ravens are going to pull this one out by 14 points. Panthers Texans. Cam Newton's not playing; he's injured. I think this is the end of Cam Newton. I just don't see him coming back to the MVP caliber that he was. I hope he does, because he was great for the game and everything. But that Texans defense is about ready to shine. The Texans went into San Diego last week and basically shut down the Chargers offense. J.J. Watt looks like he's coming back into fluency form with everything that's going on with the slow start. And then, of course, they have Panthers have a backup quarterback this week. So I think J.J. Watt's going to lick his chops and everything, and I think that the Texans are going to win pretty easily on that one. We also got who else do we got? Oh, we got Bears-Vikings. Intriguing matchup for one reason. The winner's basically going to keep pace with the Green Bay Packers. Yes, I know Green Bay didn't even look good at all last Thursday night against the Eagles. The Eagles were out 7 starters, and still that everyone's talking about how good the Packers defense is this year. They allowed 31 points to a team that didn't have any wide receivers except for Alshon Jeffrey, which I don't think even should have been playing. He didn't look 100% whatsoever. But to keep pace with the Packers, I think the Vikings and Bears have to win this game. Whoever wins this game, I think it's going to be between the Packers and whoever wins this game today. And then, of course, the Sunday night matchup is against the Saints and the Cowboys. This is the game that I know it's without Drew Brees and everything, kind of brought down the level of intensity a little bit for the fans, but it's still, the Saints are in New Orleans on a Sunday night after those fans are going to probably be drunk out of their mind after drinking all day on Sunday. That place is going to be rocking down the dome there in New Orleans. Cowboys finally playing a true test. They're finally playing a good team. Let's see if Bridgewater, can live up to the hype. See that Cowboys defense can step up. See that offense is elite, as everyone says it is for the Cowboys. That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't care who really wins this game, because I think the Cowboys are still going to win their division. But I just want to see how they stack up against a better defense and a better opponent in that scenario. So that's all the games I'm looking forward to. Let me know what you're looking forward to. If you have any questions or any comments, come leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. And also check out my podcast, Trade Podcast, at any Apple, Spotify, Android, any device that you listen to. Until next week, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.